You may never face a violent conflict in your lifetime, but I promise you this, at some point in your life, you will fall. This is why we consider learning how to fall and roll one of the most important things that we teach our students. Long term, our students need to learn to protect themselves when practicing takedowns and throws. We have a saying in TTJ, falling doesn't hurt, hitting the ground hurts. Part of our training is to fall well to protect ourselves. Throughout the history of martial arts, falling and rolling has been a very important part of training. You're rarely going to experience a moment in class where your partner doesn't throw you as well. Many of the surfaces that we are likely to fall on are very hard and unforgiving. Even though we learn and train to fall on the blue mats, the reality is we may be falling on something as hard as pavement or sidewalks. For this reason, we stress and emphasize proper form on everything. The forward roll may look simple, but it's very important to protect your head and neck. We begin this position from a squat, knees together and hands outside of the feet. Kicking out allows us to get used to the idea of raising our backside over our head. It's very important to tuck the head and protect your head and neck when you roll. You also want to make sure you practice a controlled roll and not a plop. Shoulder rolls are done by lowering your hand towards the opposite foot and pushing yourself forward. Make sure to not bail out and roll on your rib cage, or to fall over on your arm and roll over. One of the three analogies we use is the water pitcher method. We also teach a method called beach ball, rolling over the beach ball and keeping your arm in the same position. Another teaching method is the steamroller. Imagine the cylinder turns under its own power. This would continue to pull the arm into the shoulder roll, and then we recreate the motion. It's very important to learn front falls. Not only could we trip and fall forward, but we could be shoved violently. Make sure to use your forearms and not your palms extended. We use the arms to diminish the impact and turn our head at the last moment to protect the face. When the student is ready, we then practice the front fall from a kneeling position and then eventually standing. Back falls are also extremely important to learn. We begin by understanding rocking chair motion. It's through this exercise we understand the dissipation of energy. Raise your hips and don't let your head touch. The next technique is called slapping. Always use the palms to slap, never the back of the hand. The rocking chair motion dissipates the energy, and the slap brings us to a halt. We cross our arms at the collar, practicing from what we call the mummy position. The legs are in what we call K position. One leg is bent, and the other is almost completely straight to create drag and resistance. An advanced exercise is to use the K position to dissipate energy and to get back to your feet. Over time, confidence will grow and we'll practice back falls from a standing position. Side falls are the most difficult to learn and to teach. Starting from a squat, we kick our inside leg outward. As gravity begins to pull, our first contact point is our hip. We use the palm to protect the rib cage and the extended arm to protect the head. It's important to remember to relax and breathe out. Relax and fall like a green leaf. The more nervous and tense we become, the more stiff our body will be. The more stiffness in the body, the more the impact to the ground can hurt us.